Yo, what's up YouTube, and welcome back to another FIFA 22 video. Now, as you can see, the lights are blue, the t-shirt's blue, and I hope you guys all the best of pack luck to get those blue cards. However, to the people that don't want to spend money on this game, well, I've got some filters for you guys that are going to make you guys some flipping investments, okay? So when I say flipping investments, we're going to buy some cards over this weekend. I'm going to show you what sort of cards you should be looking for, and then we're going to flip them on earlier into next week. So if you are new around here, guys, hit that sub button. Also, let's see if we can hit 300 likes on this video in the first 24 hours. And if you don't hit that like button, you ain't going to pack nothing anyway. So as you can see, my coins are low. I've made some investments, and I'm going to show you exactly what investments you should be going for and why. So the first one we're going to go off to, okay, is we're looking on FUTBIN. Now, what we're looking for is out-of-pack players, because they will always come down after everyone's sold off on their weekend league. So I need to state this now. This is a buy tomorrow / Sunday. So late into Saturday, if you can, just keep checking the price. When you see a price start going back up, buy it there, because again, you only have a small window to pick up these cards, and I'll show you exactly what you're kind of looking for in a second, and hopefully everyone will understand the graph aside to this. So we're looking at out of pack cards. These are basically cards that are getting rarer and rarer because no one is able to pack them. So we're going to talk about this guy Dennis first of all, okay? Now, as you see, he's pretty much the same on both consoles, which is good because it's a very good starting card for you guys. Now, as you see, this is the graph. This is everything you need to know: when to buy, when to sell, how much is a good profit, when's a bad loss. I mean, this is definitely your best friend, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the hour. Now, obviously, everyone's bought their teams for this weekend. It's Friday, right? So most people are already playing. They would have probably sold off some of their team by maybe tomorrow morning, lunchtime. Normally, you know, everyone's starting to look at selling their teams. Now, late into Saturday evening, cards are going to go a little bit higher just because, well, they just will. They naturally do. But on a Sunday, they can come down a little bit lower than the Saturday. But this is where you're going to have to look on this, okay? Now, I've already picked up some cards at a price that I thought was quite good. And I'll be picking up some more over the weekend. I've got some icons to sell on that are going to net me about 700 to 800k on that. So, as you can see here, okay? Now, if we go to Wednesday... Well, first of all, let's go into the daily graph, okay? So this is every day since this card came out. Now, he come out on the 29th, okay? And as you see, he's been up and down, up and down. Now, if you look around here, Monday, Tuesday time, he's at a high, okay? But down here on a Saturday, and, well, see, Saturday is actually this guy's lowest day. Well, it was then anyway. You can see it goes back up. So if you bought that on the Saturday, which I'm trying to get you to do now, okay, you would have been able to sell him on Monday for an extra 7k, okay, which is quite good profit. You're looking at about 6k profit per card. Again, if you held him on until Friday and sell him off for the weekend league, you would have been able to make 9k. Again, as you see here, lowest point Sunday this time, okay, and then he just goes up. He's going to start going up in a second for weekend league. So you can see the trend in this. Now, the best way to see if you're getting a good deal is looking at Wednesday, okay? 34,000 coins for the PlayStation. I'm going to use that as an example because that's what I'm on. Now, if we go into yesterday, you can see the build up. He's starting to go up to 35, but you could actually pick him up at 30,000 coins. And then in today, you're 34, 35k. So you'll be able to flip this card on. Obviously, you sell when you're happy with your profit. But it's not the only one like that. I've got a couple low ones, and then we'll jump into some of the higher ones. Okay, and then we'll just go and randomly have a look at some of the other players and show you guys that you can potentially use any card. So this one here, again, obviously, I just need to say this. You are looking for, like, meta kind of cards. You don't want to be looking for, like, 10k cards. You want to look for cards that people are going to use or potentially use in their teams. Now, I'll show you a way of telling who uses the most amount of cards or what card gets used the most. We'll go into that towards the end of the video. But this SAR card, I really like this card, okay? As you can see, he's up and down for PC. But he's just slowly starting to creep up, as we can see here. Now, this is people buying him for their teams. This is what we want to see. When he's down here quite low, 25k, at the space of the end of Thursday, okay, he's actually up 5,000 to 6,000 coins. So that's That's pretty neat. That's what I want to see, right? Going into Friday today, as you can see, he's now already down or coming down because people have used them and sold them on. He is creeping up a little bit. I don't understand quite why he's creeping up at 5 o'clock. Normally, 5 o'clock's a sell-off just before the promo. But again, if we look at the daily graph, okay, again, back here, let's go and have a look. So, Friday, Saturday, we're going to be, as you see, the sell-off side. And then Saturday, Sunday is the lowest day, right? And then Monday, back up. He jumps up nearly 5 to 6K, and then he just continually goes down. So that's the dip that we're trying to catch, is buy in this perfect little bit here and selling at his peak. And it is quite hard to get it right, but if you get the right cards, it's 90% done for you. Then you just need to keep an eye on the market. So that's a really good card. Now, again, we're going to get into the ones to watch now, okay? I can't say his name. Cameo? I'm going to get butchered for that. Cameo. So this is another good card that I like trading. Now, he was playing well last weekend, so his card went up. So minus the graph from when he went shooting up, I think it was probably around here. Sunday, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, it doesn't really show it, but Sunday he would have gone up quite high because of the game. But he got subbed off or something like that, so his card didn't actually go through the roof. But people keep an eye on this card because of the live games, the ones to watch. It's quite a big influx on the market, so this card potentially will go up and Saturday, Sunday. If we can catch him at a good time, I mean, there's no reason why you can't make 10 to 15,000. If he goes to get a team of the week, he'll jump up 40, 50k. So you've got to look who buying and playing this weekend, or when the next play, sorry, and see, you know, how he's doing. That's all into the live game trading. We do that over in Discord, so get yourself in there for that. But again, this is a really neat card, okay? Because here you can see Saturday is quite low, 87,000 coins. Now, if you actually go to Monday, isn't up to Tuesday, he's 116,000. So he actually jumps up nearly 20, 30k. Okay, well, it is 30,000 coins he jumps up in the space of 2 days, 3 days. That is huge. Now, if he gets another one here, okay, and that's because Team of the Week coming out, that would have been like a boost up for him. If we can get that again here, we'll make him bare bank. Now, if you pick up 3, 4 of those cards, that's 120 to 130,000 coins to 48 tax. That's huge profit for a little bit like that. So this is the thing I keep saying to you guys. Every time you make some money off my you know, methods, save it. Don't spend it. Don't do coin packs. Don't do... I mean, there is times when coin packs actually pay off and you take a very, very little dip, but you have potential of packing something huge. Like the other night, I opened all my 15k packs with coins, but I was making 14.6 back every single time. Now, I got unlucky and didn't get a single thing that was... And I literally didn't get a card that sold over 1,000 coins, apart from like a couple shadows. I still only lost about, I think it was about 2,000 coins opening all 10 packs. That's huge, okay? Because the potential is that if you pack a Ronaldo or something, you're basically just free printing money. But 9 times out of 10, it doesn't really work like that. It's kind of when the market's quite high and gold commons are quite high, and depending on what the packs, if you get 24 items out of a 15k pack, 9 times out of 10, you can make your money back pretty close, especially with a good promo that's going on with an SBC. So keep an eye out for that. A lot of people don't look at those. But yeah, no, try and save your money, because once you get to 100 to 200k, you can then start doing stuff like this and you start making huge profits, okay? So let's say someone that's got 100k, or let's even go lower, someone that's got 50k doing this sort of thing, they're not really going to make much, okay? 9 times out of 10, they can't even afford this card. So you're not even going to make that 30k profit, which is almost your coin stack, because you keep spending your coins. So just bear that in mind. Play with a basic team. Start using the coin balance as a turnover. Liquidize your coins, okay? That way, if you've got liquid income there that you can just spend and it doesn't affect you, you're just going to make more money, okay? So if you've got 1 million coins, you could potentially make 400k back over this sort of period just because you've got more money, and then that gives you 1.5 million to play with next week, bearing in mind whatever methods you do. So just remember that. So, okay, we've talked about him. This is one of my favorite cards to trade with right now. Sancho, absolutely amazing. I picked him up. So, rewards day. 83,000 coins, okay? Let's see if we can see it on the market. When was rewards day? Okay, so there you go. He's down to about 88, 87. I actually picked up a couple at 83 and 84. He then shot up to 120,000 coins. I made myself I only picked 2 up at that price, unfortunately. I made myself 40 to 50k profit just with those 2 cards. I did then decide to pick some up over here when I saw them go to 105, I think I picked them up at. And then, yes, I made probably 10k profit off those. But as you can see, this card is always going up to about 120,000 and then drops back down, okay? So again, let's have a quick look here on the graph. Wednesday seems to be his lowest, but we do have a sell-off on Sunday where he slightly rise, okay? But again, this is a live card. It's going to vary a little bit, but again, you can use this card, you know, during the week. A very, very good times to buy is late into the evenings. So let's say late into the night, like 11, 12 o'clock, and very early hours of like 6 and below, guys, for the UK. You can pick him up pretty cheap at that point. Again, if you can see here, okay, at midnight, he's 104. He rises up to 111 back at 2 o'clock. Then he drops down at 10 o'clock. This is where people start, you know, really kind of just not really buying. So we can sell him off at this point if we can pick him up at this point. And again, you're literally making yourself 10,000 coins every single night with the same card, just flipping and then buying and then flipping. So again, huge card to be going for. Now, Kevin De Bruyne obviously is a meta card, okay? This is a card that you kind of can flip at any point as well during the week. As you can see, he's took a massive dive on this market over the last 2 weeks. That's good for us because people will still use this meta card, okay? There's not many other centre mids for the Prem that you guys will be using. There's probably about 2 or 3 other options, but Kevin De Bruyne kind of goes for the most common FIFA player, okay? So they will buy this. Now, as you see yesterday, he was at 113,000 coins, 107, okay? And he's dropping and dropping and dropping. Now, if we look here, okay, on the sell-off, Saturday, cheapest. Saturday, cheapest, okay? There's your link. There's your sell-off. Back up Tuesday. Wednesday starts to dip down. Again, Tuesday, up high. Wednesday, start to sell down. So there's a common occurrence with this card. There you go. Back up on Tuesday, Wednesday this time. Then starts to go back down. So this card is definitely going to be a Tuesday flip. Okay? So if you've only got 97,000 coins, probably not best just to buy this one and hold it. Okay? Make that money. Buy him next week. Do exactly the same thing. Simple, simple cards. Make simple, simple money. Okay? Let's get into this one here again. Another centre back that people will use. It's not the most favourite card now. There is other and better centre backs out there. However, this again is proven to be a good one. Now, if you look at the sales here, okay, he's actually coming down over the space of today. Okay, that would have been the sell-off up to about 5, 6 o'clock. And you see, we'll go back up to a high of 72,000. Now, he's actually selling at 66,500. And they've got him at 64.5 here. So make sure you always check this graph because this is pretty much up to date. As you can see, we're at, oh, you can't see in the bottom corner. It is actually 1858. And this is selling. So this was 2 minutes ago. These were selling. And again, this gives you a good information on what's been selling over the last hour and how much they've been selling for. Okay, so just bear that in mind when you're looking through these. So we're going to go in. As you can see, this card is just rising and rising and rising on all 3 consoles. It took a massive dip Wednesday. Okay, so if we go into the hourly graph, as you can see, it's starting to come back down again. But yesterday, 61,000, and it goes up to about 68. You probably could have sold them at 69,000 there, to be fair. Took a massive dip again at, you know, promo time, and then back up again. So he's at 68 there. Along here, he's just kind of holding it, coming down a little bit, going back up, and again, he's up to 71,000. That's people buying them for the weekend league. Again, as you'll see, next week he will drop off again and you'll be able to sell him off on Tuesday. This is a good card to be trading with. So, another one that we need to be keeping an eye on, okay, let me just quickly go and get him, is De Jong. Okay, now, obviously, I believe he's just got a special card. Okay, so he's going to be out of packs. This card now is starting to come back down. You would have seen that I've been flipping this card, okay? This card's huge. 118, 119. He was actually up to 125k just after promo. This is the point you should have sold. I held a little bit longer. Again, 128. He's coming back down. 127 there. I do think he will go back up. So I'm not 100% worried about that card. I know some of the community in Discord I've been investing in that card as well. So, again, this is another good card to be flipping on, especially this weekend. If people sell him off, which they will, this will be a sell-off, okay? Come Tuesday or Wednesday time, he's going to be high again. As you can see, Wednesday's high there. But this is a very, very good card that traders like to flip as well at the moment. You would have seen it all over YouTube. People are flipping these cards because he drops at 5 o'clock. You can pick him up at 5, 6 o'clock UK time and just sell him during the night, and he'll flip over probably 15k or rise. It's a very good card to rise with. As you can see here, again, he goes up, drops up nearly 15,000 coins on a, what was it, Thursday. On a Friday, again, he's going up and up and up. So this is just a good card to be going with. Now, if you want to know what cards to go for, okay, if you go to player database and go to PGP, okay, this brings up all this information here, okay? And it brings up the goals, the assists, average as a community, okay? This is the FIFA community. That's not just certain people, okay? Now, if you actually click on games, you can see Dembele is the most played card for 2.4 million. This is a very good way, okay? And you can switch this over to Xbox, PC, or PlayStation, whichever one you want. This is a very good way of finding out who is being used the most and what cards to be going with. So, if these are being used the most, okay, bear in mind you will have some informs and some new cards that have just come out yet. Obviously, they've not been played with that much, so they're not going to be up here. Okay, you know Dembele's to pick up and sell. Theo to pick up and sell. Marcus, pick up and sell. Son, I mean, if you've got that sort of money sitting around, pick up and sell. There's our boy Pogba, okay? And then, obviously, this inform here is a very good go-to card. It's obviously the 96 pace that's bringing this card out. Again, a very good card to be flipping. Bruno Fernandes is another good card. As you can tell, this card here, though, is dropping. And from a week from now, he's actually halved. Okay, but I don't see this card going back up. But again, you're going to be able to flip him on. Now, when you're looking at 60,000 coins, EA tax is 3,000. So remember that, okay? If you pick him up for 60, you need to sell him for at least 64 to make a 1,000 coin profit. As you can see here, Friday, he's actually took another dip after the promo, guys. 6 o'clock, which is quite good because you'll be able to pick some of these cards up tomorrow super low, and then he'll probably return back up to about 65,000. So that's a good way of showing that. I think that is everything else covered. Obviously, if you want to look at your outer pack players, okay, you can go to current team of the week, okay, and then all team of the weeks, and this will show everything that's out. So obviously these are out of pack now. Team 4 ones to watch. Team 3 heroes is out of pack. Obviously that is a very good trading method. I've got another video I will drop on that. I'm just waiting for some of my coins to sell, okay, and then obviously you got all your other ones here. So that is basically the sort of cards you want to be looking at over the space of tomorrow, mainly tomorrow, okay, and then Sunday. But again, if you check the graphs, let's say of like Fred, okay, I mean obviously he's just come out, it's not going to really work. Let's pick someone from like last week, so we've got some sort of graft material on it. So Hernandez, okay, or okay, Navas, here we go. So again, if you see, go to the hour, okay, and if you see this card starting to rise back up, then buy it and then flip it at the top of its peak, because potentially it could go down. But don't panic sell. If you see a card go down and it goes lower than when you bought it, say 4 hours ago, don't sell it off and go, oh, I've lost all my coins. Don't do that, because it will bounce back up, okay? So just have a little bit of patience in it. The graph tells you. It's not me. You're not listening to me. You're listening to the graph here, okay? I'm just pointing out the information that is there. It's not 100% that these cards will always go flying up to the same amount. It won't mirror every time, but you do get patterns. And if you can guess the pattern, that's where you're going to make the money, guys, okay? But with that said, that's basically the entire video. Don't forget to give it a massive thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.